everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist. I find that love and relationships is one of the key topics people want to know more about. This is numerologically speaking, or in any other way, right? So I'm always asked why a relationship didn't work out, or how to attract that perfect partner. And mostly I'm asked, believe it or not, let's see if you've asked yourself this question. So what is my problem here? What am I doing wrong? Or what am I missing in my relationship dynamics? Understand that we all have unique issues, of course, that influence the way that we individually engage with and approach relationships, whether those are relationships with our family, our friends, colleagues, or lovers. Yet knowing some of the innate challenges that we might experience, and I highlight the word might, is always really beneficial and offers some potential insight and areas of illumination that can be very useful in defining and understanding how you might present yourself in relationship and in your relationship life, and what some of those, those shadows, those little gremlins might be that sneak up and sabotage us. You might look at both of your life path number and also your expression, or also called the destiny number. This can be compared in some ways to the rising sign and astrology. So if you watch astrology videos, often you'll be asked to watch for your sun, moon, and rising. So it's somewhat similar here with your full numerology profile. So if you know both of those, I suggest watching the videos for both the life path and the expression, or the destiny. And ultimately, to put a little bit more of a layer here, just to share with you, when I look at relationship compatibility numerologically, I also focus on the soul urge number. This is also called the heart's desire. This points to what you want and need to feel satisfied on a soul level. And I find it reveals to you what you truly value, what you want and need in love and relationship. So if you don't know these numbers, please don't panic, no worries. The information here is focusing on the life path number, that's the key. And yet, if you are numerology curious, you want to know more, visit FeliciaBender.com. You can explore more about the other key numbers in your numerology chart. And since we are examining how you might push love away, remember that's the title here. So how you might push love away, that's the topic. So please, I beg of you, don't take these observations personally. We all have issues. It just depends on how they show up for each of us. And we're trying to refine and define that as a point of information. So instead, position yourself to look through a viewfinder of curiosity rather than judgment or criticism. This is designed to be informative and supportive, not critical or judgmental. Okay, so with all that said, let's move into why you might, emphasis on the might, push love away as an 8 life path. So intensity, thy name is 8, life path. Intensity is your calling card. So overall, your optimal expression is in being at ease with financial abundance, using your power, using your authority wisely and well, and for the good of others, including yourself, but for others as well. You're also really in your game when you're not dwelling in the negative or becoming a victim to circumstances, and when you are abundantly giving of time, money, influence, other ways of helping people and connecting people to make the world a better place. So your personal mission is to develop this level of abundance and empowerment in every element and aspect of your life. So that includes career, that includes family, that includes relationships, it includes everything. So when it does come to love, you are often more of a time is money sort of person. You're all business, right? So you think in business-like terms. So sometimes you look for a partner who fulfills the role of your, your other half, sometimes what people call it my better half or something. It's kind of a funny way of saying it. And yet you want this other component who is part of your power couple, and you value someone who is often physically attractive, who looks good on your arm, that sort of thing. So let's face it, you are often much more focused on work, on your career, so much so that your significant other can tend to feel neglected or overlooked, or even though you're simply really attempting to be this stellar provider, sometimes if you don't have it set up that way, your partner can feel as though they're just part of an overall business transaction, right? That might be something that a partner feels. So you have a need as an 8 very often to control. You're a very dominating presence, so that can bleed over into your relationships. That really extends to your relationship life. You can be this very generous person, and yet you tend to feel that money or status or power in that realm can be used as a substitute for one-on-one emotional engagement. So often an 8 will have a partner who feels like there's no emotional connection. It's all kind of based in, I don't know, kind of like a business agreement, right? A business arrangement in some ways, that everything's treated like a business transaction, even in relationship. So you can push love away by being overly controlling and fixated on power or dominance in a relationship. So emotional availability can be a real challenge for an 8. The 8 is very you've got emotions, there's plenty of them, and yet they often come in secondary. It's kind of this secondary feature as you forge your path to material success. Often 8s feel like showing emotion is showing a sign of, it's a weakness, right? A sign of weakness. So you're learning how to modulate that within relationship, particularly, so that you can sustain an emotionally connected experience with your partner. So you have also zero tolerance for anyone who crosses you, whether that's in love or business. That can be a game changer or a game ender for you. You seek a relationship that can support and help you fulfill your goals in life. And while you can offer support to a partner, your needs always, as an 8, always, I'm not going to say always, most often come first. They're the first priority, and then everything else falls into play behind that. So if you are challenged with the material abundance, that is the core of the 8 life path, love can materialize in a more dire way. Maybe you're in the role of abused, or alternately you can play the role of the abuser. The 8 is a very intense pathway, a very intense life path number, all about power and empowerment at the get-go. So when you are disempowered, your relationship life can embody and exemplify kind of your deepest shadows on whatever realm those show up for you. So an overarching reason why you might push love away would be that you can become emotionally distant, mixed with an unyielding need for power or dominance or control in a relationship. So you might also step back and think of it this way. So all the ways that we've suggested that you might push love away as an 8, you can also see how perhaps you've been on the receiving end of those relationship dynamics, and maybe you've had relationships where you've struggled with some of those very key features. So it's kind of like Willy Wonka and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, one of my favorite movies, when he's going along, and then he's like, well, wait, stop, reverse that. So if we do that, if we change sides here, love might be pushed away in your life by attracting people who are dominating and controlling, who are maybe they're workaholics and leave you kind of behind, right, or in the secondary, in the sidecar, or who are victimized and live in scarcity rather than the other way around. Your gold star, as an 8, you shine when you embrace your power and yet allow some softness to come through. Often the 8 doesn't realize how intimidating you can be, even just, you know, walking into a room. So being aware of that and softening the edges is always beneficial. It won't disempower you, I promise. So you are at your best when you can create a relationship that doesn't feel like a business agreement or a business partnership.
Hurry, please. We have so much time and so little to see. Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it.